Here's a look at some of the most cursed Despicable Me images the internet has to offer. Children may be one of the most innocent creatures on the planet, but they, ironically, are also capable of creating some insanely disturbing doodles, whether they realize it or not. Minions are already somewhat unsettling, so just add the foggy memory of a child along with an unsteady hand, and you've got the perfect recipe for cursed drawings. The cursedness of some of these minions are so convincing you'd think Despicable Me was an R-rated franchise, and if that's what children are capable of, then I think it goes without saying the kind of cursed playground Despicable Me provides for adult horror artists, no AI required. And while it's tough to beat horror art, perhaps the most cursed of all these drawings, concept-wise, isn't a drawing at all, but a painting. The paintings in question didn't require a brush, or even fingers to complete, but feet. Yep, foot minions. Now I've seen it all. And it's not just one or two images either. Like, countless blog moms must have gradually stolen the idea from one another over time. But the thing that really gets me, even more so than the craft's widespread usage, is like this copy-paste message they all have, "You're one in a minion," usually preceded by the word dad. Like, somewhere along our evolution, we decided it would be a good idea to make minion foot art as a Father's Day gift. Sorry Dad, I guess I missed the memo. Without legit companies watching over the quality control of manufacturing, Despicable Me toys often turn out just as cursed as children's art, as if the art has been brought to life. And perhaps there's no better way to see for ourselves than to slap good old AliExpress onto the end of our search. Ever wanted to reenact that iconic scene from the movie where Gru, Agnes, Margot, Edith, hand emoji, and the professor save the day? No? Are you sure? Because it's very molting, and it's cool. Then perhaps you'd like to perform a pagan dance ritual with a satanic minion who definitely won't steal your child's soul. Actually, I remember this minion from the movie. I think his name was Lucifer. And have you met his super jacked brother, the dancing Robert minion, adorned with a little head propeller and a cone shoved up his ass? Or it could be something else. It does not help that it's the same color as his skin, located directly under his crotch. Speaking of things that don't belong in certain places, this final toy, undoubtedly the most cursed in Despicable Me's 13 years of existence, has no place in any conceivable multiverse. I mean, I'm just gonna let this image sink in for a second. If you thought Robert's crotch cone was bad, Gru's head is literally a Polaroid with genitals for a face. Words I never thought I would string together. And unlike every other cursed toy we've seen, it's official. And it costs $55. I'll just stick to my cancer-causing figurines, thank you very much. But what could possibly be more fun than playing with cursed Despicable Me characters? Role-playing as cursed Despicable Me characters by covering your entire body in one of countless nightmare-inducing costumes. Feeling like a DIY guy? Just paint your trash can yellow, poke a few holes, and bam, instant cursed costume. Or don't poke holes and make it even creepier by slightly revealing your face from within the dark abyss, or leaving your friends to wonder where the hell you're even looking at them from. Just want to scare some children shitless? Buy literally any one of over a dozen different Gru masks. It's like an entire subgenre of cursed imagery in itself, which I didn't think so many variations of the same thing could even exist. So, if you're gonna browse Gru masks on Google, do it on an empty stomach, in a brightly lit room, in the middle of the day. Cause I mean, this is just the uncanniest shit I've ever seen, like, holy crap. I think it's safe to say, Despicable Me and Halloween do not go together. Forget about pretending to be Gru, as this dude fart blasts the competition away. Literally becoming Gru in his own car commercial alongside a slew of the finest minions money could buy from animation hell. This abhorrently cursed commercial is brought to us by JT's Chrysler Jeep Dodge, a, as you can guess, car dealership located in Lexington, South Carolina, and sure enough, it even found a home on the Cursed Commercials wiki. The commercial, known as Deal-tastic Me, began airing in June of 2013, likely to coincide with the release of Despicable Me 2. It features dealership owner JT Gandolfo with a fisheye filter over his Gru cosplay, accompanied in each frame by the previously mentioned demonic minions. I mean, I've watched this commercial several times, in between the car lingo, JT's hilariously bad Gru impression, and the minions showing off their jiggle physics, like, I would have such a hard time trying to stay focused and actually retain his deal-tastic offers if I was in the market for a car. And finally, the only thing more cursed than these animated minions are these real-life minions, children donning unbreathable, torturous, ironclad suits subjected to inhuman experimentation, rumored to be the inspiration for Despicable Me. Between 2015 and 2017, just before the release of Despicable Me 3, these grainy black and white photographs began circulating the internet as social media users began claiming the photographs portrayed Jewish children under Nazi control in concentration camps during World War II, and that the metal suits were a form of punishment, hindering their sight, movement, food intake, and even stunting their growth. These gut-wrenching and utterly bone-chilling claims make viewing the photographs almost impossible. That is, if you were gullible enough to believe it. While a movie's source material can sometimes be really effed up, literally nothing anyone said in this case was true, and it's amazing what people will joke about just to stir up some controversy. The images actually depict adults wearing not just ordinary diving suits, but fancy schmancy submarine escape apparatuses. Wait a second, would it be considered apparati? Developed by inventor duo Sidney Stuart Hall and Oswald Rees in 1904, decades before World War II. So you'll be glad to know, as cursed as these images may still be, their tie to anything Despicable Me related is complete and utter bullcrap. Personally, I think these make for much more cursed minion diving suits. While the Despicable Me films are anything but despicable, the internet's endless supply of cursed imagery definitely lives up to the franchise name.